So welcome. So nice to see you all again. Let's go ahead and tune in. Please bring the palms together. And just take a moment to notice your sit bones planted firmly on the earth. Stack one vertebrae on top of the other. Extend up through the crown. And take this moment to notice and become aware of how you're feeling energetically. Notice your thoughts, the sensations in your body. Notice your attention on anything else within you or in your environment without judgment. And take this moment to acknowledge the caretakers of this land, wherever we may be, the indigenous people of this land, and for where I am at, I acknowledge the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee peoples, and the neutral peoples. And let's inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgare Namah, Jagadgare Namah, Sakare Namah, Sri Gurudeve Namah. Adgare Namah, Jagadgare Namah, Sakare Namah, Sri Gurudeve Namah. Adgare Namah, Jagadgare Namah, Sakare Namah, Sri Gurudeve Namah. And inhale. Exhale. Relax. We're starting a new 6-week series in light of the wood element. And can you hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. So the wood element starts on the spring equinox and is associated with the liver and gallbladder. And something to keep in mind is in traditional Chinese medicine, we have all of the 5 elements within us. So it's fire, earth, water, metal, fire, earth, metal, water, wood. Fire, earth, metal, water, wood. Yes, just making sure. And so here are some questions to ask yourself if you might think that you might be more of a wood constitution type. And what I mean by that is we all have one or more types of, one or more constitution that kind of pervades over the other ones. And this not only determines our strengths, but it can also be like the weakest link as well, as far as either emotional tendencies or physical tendencies that can be imbalanced more easily. So here's some questions that you can ask yourself. Are you a natural born initiator? Do you have problems with authority figures? Do you suffer from migraine pains? Do you act assertively and confidently? Does other people's slowness and clumsiness irritate you? Do you like struggling against great odds to prove to others you can do it? Are you frequently going somewhere or doing something? Do you have high blood pressure? Do you have to be the first and the best? Does confinement and sitting quietly drive you crazy? Do you frequently get muscle cramps? Are you passionate about everything you do? Are you afraid to show vulnerability? Do you love speed and adventure? Is controlling your anger one of your biggest problems? Do you find any kind of restraint insufferable? Or are you characterized as a type A personality? There's a lot more questions, but if a number of these resonate with you, then you may be of a wood constitution type. And so for this 6-week series, I want to go a little bit more in depth before we start the yoga. I won't spend too much time, but today I want to talk about how in the wood element, it's really important to notice your perspective on things. As we come into the springtime, especially, we want to take into account on our vision for ourselves, which is how we plan our life, which is the liver, and then how we implement that plan out into the real world, which is governed by the gallbladder. However, if our perspective is limited, then we can be really restrained. But if we're seeing the bigger picture, especially during our challenges, then we can go through those challenges with a lot more grace, and the virtue of the wood element is benevolence. And what do I mean by benevolence? That means being able to hold simultaneously your own perspective and another person or many people's perspectives at the same time, and honoring their perspectives as well. And what a huge symbol this is for our last year, with all of the polarities as far as like COVID and vaccines and communities falling apart and communities coming together and just everything. So this is about being able to see the bigger picture of what's going on and not using force to get our way. In the Art of War book, Sun Tzu says, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. So being able to hold those polarities without being forceful at the same time. So the question I'd like you to ask yourself within your body, not only during today's class, but also throughout the next week, is in what ways can I see the bigger picture? Whether it's in a relationship that you're struggling with, personal or work relationship, or a decision that you're having a hard time making. And asking yourself this question, not from a place of humility or arrogance, but a place of benevolence, of holding all of those polarities together. Because the tricky thing about the wood element is you can have these other polarities within the wood element as being either arrogant about you're sure about your direction and people need to go your way or the highway, or you're too humble about it as well. So those are some things to take into consideration. Okay, to begin, let's get some yoga done and experience that in our bodies. So to begin, you're going to sit on the heels, and if you can, otherwise you can sit in easy pose, and then you're going to lie back and have the hands interlaced on the abdomen. If this isn't available for you today, you can just sit in easy pose and then lie back from there. All right. So, and laying back, go ahead and begin breath of fire. Strong breath of fire from the navel. And inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Apply root lock. Exhale and relax. And gently come out of the posture and come squatting onto one foot. This is a little bit tricky, so it doesn't matter which foot you start with. You're gonna have for example, one foot on the opposite thigh, and then you're going to lift yourself up, balance. So you're balancing like this, if you can do it. If not, just have the opposite foot at your groin area. So for example, my left knee is bent, my left hand is in Gyan Mudra, index finger to the thumb, and I'm balancing myself with my right hand. And the left arm is up, it's not on the knee, and it's rounded. And now here, you're going to lift yourself up just slightly, if you can, slightly off the bottom, and begin breath of fire. And start. And inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale and relax. Switch sides. Full set is to cleanse the liver. And continue. Breath of fire. Prone to getting annoyed or agitated or angry, that might be a sign that your liver is working too hard. You need to detox. Keep going. And inhale, suspend the breath. Fly root lock. Exhale and relax out of the posture. Come into easy pose. Go within. And immediately keep consistently checking in with your perspective. Maybe it's a perspective of your breath or your thoughts or your emotions or your sensations. And please come standing up. And then you're going to have the legs about shoulder width apart, or you can bring them farther apart as long as the heels stay down. And then you're going to come into a squat. Into crow pose, the fingers are interlaced and extended in between the knees. So the hands are in Venus lock. If you want to work more with your feminine energy, have the left thumb on top, otherwise reverse it. Close the eyes, focus at the third eye. Try not to let the bottom touch the floor, and begin breath of fire with an O-shaped mouth. This is very cleansing and clearing and cooling for the liver.
गौड़ी सुखमणि महला पंजवा श्लोक एको ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद आद गुरे नमः जुगाद गुरे नमः सतगुरे नमः श्री गुरुदेवये नमः अष्टपदी सिमरो सिमर सिमर सुख पावो कलेश तन माहे मिटावो सिमरो जास बिसंबर एक नाम जपया गणत अनेक वेद पुराण सिमरसो दाखर कीने राम नाम एक आखर किनका एक जिस जी बसावे की महिमा गनी न आवे कांखी एक दर्श तुहारो नानक उन संग मोहे उधारो सुखमनि सुख अमृत प्रभ नाम भक्त जना के मन बिसराओ प्रभ के सिमरन गर्भ न बसै प्रभ के सिमरन दुख जम नसै प्रभ के सिमरन काल पर हरै प्रभ के सिमरन दुश्मन टरै प्रभ सिमरत कछ विघ्न न लागै प्रभ के सिमरन अन दिन जागै प्रभ के सिमरन पौ न व्यापै प्रभ के सिमरन दुख न संतापै प्रभ का सिमरन साध के संग सर्ब निधान नानक हर रंग प्रभ के सिमरन रिद सिद्ध नौ निध प्रभ के सिमरन ज्ञान ध्यान तत बुध प्रभ के सिमरन जप तप पूजा प्रभ के सिमरन बिन सै दूजा प्रभ के सिमरन तीर्थ इशनानी प्रभ के सिमरन दर गए मानी प्रभ के सिमरन होए सो भला प्रभ के सिमरन सफल भला से सिमरे जिन आप सिमराए नानक ताकै लाखो पाए प्रभ का सिमरन सब ते ऊंचा प्रभ के सिमरन उदरे मूचा प्रभ के सिमरन कृष्णा बुझै प्रभ के सिमरन सब किछ सुझै प्रभ के सिमरन नाहि जम त्रासा प्रभ के सिमरन पूर्ण आसा प्रभ के सिमरन मन की मल जाए अमृत नाम रिद माहे समाए प्रभ जी बसे साध की रसना नानक जन का दासन दसना प्रभ को सिमरे से तनवंते, प्रभ को सिमरे से पतवंते, प्रभ को सिमरे से जन परवान, प्रभ को सिमरे से पुर प्रदान, प्रभ को सिमरे से बेमोहता दे, प्रभ को सिमरे से सर्व के राजे, प्रभ को सिमरे से सुखवासी, प्रभ को सिमरे सदा अविनाशी, सिमरन ते लग जिन आप दयाला, नानक जन की मंगैर वाला, प्रभ को सिमरे से पर उपकारी, प्रभ को सिमरे दिन सद बलहारी.
And inhale, suspend the breath. Apply root lock. Exhale and relax in easy pose. Relax the arms down. Good. And now you're going to extend the arms straight out to the sides with the palms down. That's fine, just do what you can. And from here, you're going to go from side to side, moving from the waist, but keep both buttocks on the ground the whole time. And as you do this, continue with breath of fire through the nose. Find your rhythm.
जय मुश्किल होवे अत भारी, हर को नाम किन माहे उदारी, अनक पुनः चन करत नहीं करे, हर को नाम कोट पाप पर हरै, गुरमुख नाम जपो मन मेरे, नानक पावो सुख कनेरे, सगल श्रेष्ठ को राजा दुखिया, हर का नाम जपत होए सुखिया, लाख करोरी बंद न परै, हर का नाम जपत निस्करै, अनक माया रंग तिख न बुझावे, हर का नाम जपत आगावे, ये मार्ग एह जात अकेला, हर नाम संग होत सुहेला, ऐसा नामन सदा त्याइए, गुरमुख पंकज पाइए, छूटत नहीं कोट.
Really want to make sure you're stretching through the side, so you're engaging through the liver meridian. So stretch past the fingertips.
ऐसा नाम जपो मन रंग, नानक पाइए साधक संग, ये मार्ग गन जाहे न कोसा, का नाम महासंग तोसा, जय पैंडे महाअंध गुबारा, का नाम संग उजियारा, जहाँ पंथ तेरा को न से आनु, हर का नाम तैनाल पिशानु, जय महाप्यान तपत बहु काम, हर के नाम तुम ऊपर शाम, जहाँ त्रिखा मन तुझे आकर खे, हर हर अमृत बरठे, भक्त जना की बर्तन नाम, संत जना के मन विश्राम, हर का नाम दास की ओट, हर के नाम उतरे जलकोट, हर जस करत संत दिन रात, हर हर औखद साथ कुमार, हर जन के हर नाम निदान, हर परम जन की नोदान, मन तन रंग रते रंग एक, जन के बिरद विवेक, हर का नाम जन को मुक्त जुक्त, हर के नाम जन को तृप्त होत, हर का नाम जन का रूप रंग, नाम जपत कब परे न पंग, हर का नाम जन की वडियाई, हर के नाम जन शोभा पाई, हर का नाम जन को भोग जोग, नाम जपत कछ नाहि वियोग, जन राता हर नाम की सेवा, नानक पूजे हर हर देवा, हर हर जन के माल खजीना, हर तन जन को आप प्रभु दीना, हर हर जन के ओट सतानी, हर प्रताप जन अवर न जानी, पोत पोत जन हर रस राते, सुन समाद नाम रस माते, आठ पहर जन हर हर जपै, हर का भक्त प्रगट नहीं छपै, हर की भक्त मुक्त बहु करे, नानक जन संग के थे तरे, पार जात एह हर को नाम, काम तेन हर हर गुण गाम, सबते उत्तम हर की कथा, नाम की बैमा संतृत वसै, सब नसै, संत का संग वड भागी पाइए, सेवा नाम ते आइए, नाम तुल कछ अवर न होए, नानक गुरमुख नाम पावे जन को. सलोक बहु शास्त्र बहु सिमरती, पेखै सर्ब टंडोल, पूजस नाही हर हरे,
And inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale and relax. In your awareness for a moment.
खंड पृथ्वी फिर चिर जीवै दास कभी सरती वै अगन माहे होमत प्राण सब है वरुणदा न्योली कर्म करे बहु आसन ज्ञान मार्ग संयम यत साधन निमख निमख कर सिर कटावै होमे बैल न जावै हर के नाम संसर कछ नाहे.
And now you're going to stretch out the legs and bring the left foot against the right thigh. And have that leg out in front. And then grab onto the right big toenail. And ideally with the right hand and with the left hand, grab onto the sole of the foot. Otherwise, you can just place it on the side of the leg. More important to have a straight spine. Keeping this posture, continue with breath of fire through the nose.
अपनी शोभा लोरे साध संग हमें शूरे जेको जन्म मरण ते डरे साधना की सरनी परे इस जन को प्रभु दर्श प्यासा ताके बल बल जैसा सगल पुरख में पुरख प्रदान साध संग जत मिटे अभिमान आपस को जो जाने नीचा बनिए सब ते ऊंचा जाका मन हुए सगल गिरीना हर हर नाम दिन कट कट चीना मन अपने ते बुरा मिटाना देखे सगल श्रेष्ठ साधना सुख दुख जन समदृष्टेता पाप पुण्य नहीं लेपा कीर्तन को तन तेरो नाओ नामे को नाम तेरा खाओ निमाणे को प्रभ तेरो मान सगल कटा को देवो दान कर्ण करावण हार स्वामी सगल कटा के अंतर जामी अपनी गत मित जानो आपे अपन संग आप प्रभ राते तुमरी उस्तत तुम ते होए नानक अवर न जान सकोए सर्व धर्म में श्रेष्ठ धर्म हर को नाम जप निर्मल कर्म सगल क्रिया में उत्तम क्रिया साध संग धर्मत मल हिरिया सगल उद्यम में उद्यम फला हर का नाम जपो जी सदा सगल वाणी में अमृत वाणी हर को जस सुन रसन बखानी सगल थान देव उत्तम थान नानक जे कट वसै हर नाम. श्लोक निर्गुणियार आणिया सो प्रभ सदा समाल जिन किया तिस चीत रख नानक निबही ना. अष्टपदी मैया के गुण चेत परानी कमन मूलते कमन दृष्टानी किंतु साज सवार सिगारिया बरगन में जिन्हें उबारिया पार व्यवस्था तुझे प्यारे दूध पर जो बन भोजन सुख सूद बिरद पया ऊपर साक सैन प्याओ बैठ को दे हे निर्गुण गुण कछु न बुझे बखले तो नानक सिद्धे हे प्रसाद तर ऊपर सुख बसै सुत प्राथमिक भन संग हसै हे प्रसाद दिव शीतल जला सुखदाई पवन पाव को मुला हे प्रसाद भोगे सब रसा समग्री संग साध बसा दीने हस्त पाव करने तो रसना ब्यावर संग रचना ऐसे दुख मुड़ अंध व्यापै नानक काढ़ ले हो प्रभ आपे आद अंत जो राखण हार जैसे प्रीत न करे द्वार जाकी सेवा नव नित पावे आस्यो मूड़ा मन नहीं लावे जो ठाकुर सद सदा हजूरे ताको अंधा जान सतूरे जाकी टहल पावे दरगह मान से बसारे मुक्त अजार सदा सदा ए भूलन हार नानक राखण हारे अपार रत्न त्याग कौड़ी संग रचै झूठ संग बचै जो छटना सो स्थिर कर मानै जो मन सो दूर परानै छोट जाए तिसका श्रम करे संग सहाई तिस पर हरै चंदन लेप उतारे तोए कर्तव्य प्रीत बसम संग होए अंधकूप में पथ तिकराल नानक काढ़ ले हो प्रभ ज्ञान.
And inhale, suspend the breath. Apply root lock. Exhale and relax. Sitting neatly pose for a moment. So the liver is all about constantly re-engaging with your internal vision, trusting that internal wisdom and that internal vision for your life. Instead of looking to the outside world or wanting to get validation. Or even overexerting yourself on the outside world. All right, now you're going to sit on the left heel. If that's not possible, you can have a cushion underneath the left heel or just place the left heel next to the groin. It might be a little bit harder for you though. And then the hands are behind you, and you're going to lift the right leg as high as you can with the toes pointed. Yeah, I know, right? So stay in this position. If you don't have any neck issues, lean the neck back. Otherwise, keep the neck straight in line with the spine and continue with breath of fire. But if you have neck issues, keep the neck straight in a neck lock.
चौगन करे निहाल नानक साहिब सदा दयाल अनक पात माया के हेत सर पर होवत जान नेर बिरख की छाया से रंग लावे मन पछतावे जो दिसै सो चालन हार होते अंध अंधार बटाऊ सो जो लावे ने आंखों हाथ न आवे के हर के नाम की प्रीत सुखदाई कृपा नानक आप दे लाई मिथ्या तन कुटुंब सवाया में ममता माया मिथ्या राज जुबन तन माल मिथ्या काम क्रोध विकराल मिथ्या रथ
Even if your foot is only a few inches off the ground, that's okay.
मिथ्या त्रोम अभिमान मिथ्या अपसुख करत गुमान अस्थिर भगत साध की शरण जप जप दी है हर के चरण मिथ्या शरण पर निंदा सुने मिथ्या हस पर दर्भ को हिरे मिथ्या नेत्र पृथ पर त्रैरूपाद मिथ्या रसना भोजन स्वाद मिथ्या चन पर विकार कुतावे मिथ्या मन पर लोभ लुभावे मिथ्या तन नहीं पर उपकारा मिथ्या पास लेत बेकारा बिन बूझे मिथ्या सब भये नानक हर हर नाम ले बिरथि साकत की आरजा साथ बिना कह होवत सूचा बिरथा नाम बिना तन अंध आवता कह दुर्गंध बिन सिमरन दिन रैन बिरथा बिहाए बिना जो खेती जाए गोबिंद भजन बिन बिरथ सब काम जो किरपन के निरारत दाम तन तन जे जन जे कट बस्यो हर नाओ नानक ताके बल बल जाओ रहत अवर कश अवर कमावत प्रीत मुखो गण लावत जानन हार प्रभु परबीन हर मेघ न काहू पीन अवर उपदेसै आप न करे आवत जावत जन में मरे जिसके अंतर बसे निरंकार इसकी सीख धरे संसार जो तुम पाने तिन प्रभ जाता नानक उन जन चरण पराता करो बेनती पार ब्रह्म सब जाने अपना किया आपे माने आपे आप आप करत नबेरा दूर जनाब किस समझावत नेरा आव सियानप सगल ते रहत सब कछ जाने आत्म की रहत जिस पावे तिस ले लड़ लाए अनंतर रया समाए सो सेवक जिस कृपा करी निमक निमक जप नानक हरि श्लोक काम क्रोध अर लोभ मोह बिनस जाए अहमेव
30 seconds left.
कर प्रसाद गुरुदेव अष्टपदी जे प्रसाद सती अमृत खाहे
निष्ठा कर को रख मन माहे
हे प्रसाद सुगंध तन लावे
इसको सिमरत परम गत पावे
हे प्रसाद बसे सुख मंदिर
आए सदा मन अंदर
हे प्रसाद गृह संग सुख बसना
सिमरोत सरसना
हे प्रसाद रंग रस भोग
नानक सदा जय ध्यान जोग
हे प्रसाद पाठ ब्रह्म हंडावे
ठाते अमर लुभावे
हे प्रसाद
And inhale, suspend the breath.
हे प्रसाद तुझ सबको माने
Exhale and lower the right leg down and reach over to grab the right toes. And from here, inhale, exhale, apply root lock. And inhale and relax on your back for just a few minutes. Allow that to integrate. And inhale, exhale, gently make your way to come standing up. From here, you're going to bring one leg forward, it doesn't matter which one, and then you're going to bring the other leg back. So it's like you're in warrior pose. You just want to make sure that the front leg does not go over your toes, so it's at a 90-degree angle. And the right heel, the right arch of, or the back foot, the arch is in line with the heel of the front foot. And then you're going to have the arms straight out in front. One hand is up, the other hand is down. It doesn't matter which one. If your balance is okay, go ahead and close the eyes. Otherwise, look straight ahead and breathe long, slow, and deep. The more still you are, the more you'll get out of the posture, and the longer and deeper the breath. Notice what it feels like in your perception of awareness to balance these polarities in your hands while having this idea of moving forward in your life. The liver energy not only moves forward, but it moves upward and outward like a spiral. You can also imagine the liver energy being equivalent to that seed that is moving through all of the resistance of the soil to move forward, upward, and outward. Sometimes that seed needs to navigate around rocks and rooted branches. And inhale, exhale, and relax. And now switch sides. So the other foot is in front, 90 degrees in the front foot, and the back foot, the arch of the back foot is in line with the heel of the front foot. And then go ahead and switch the palms, whatever palm was up, face down, and vice versa. It doesn't matter though. Breathe long, slow, and deep.
So we stand now to see the earth rise.
And inhale. Exhale, come standing up. And now bring the arms out to the side. And you're going to twist slowly to the left. So the right hand goes down to the left foot. And stay here. Breathe long, slow, and deep. You're doing great. Stay there. And inhale. Exhale, slowly come up. And make your way to sitting down. Next, you might want to watch me first. You're going to bring the right leg up to 90 degrees. And then, as best as you can, you're going to try to sit up with the right knee. Just do what you can. Ideally, it should be like a very straight knee, but we're human. And hold this here, Gandhi breathing. You want to try to touch the nose to the right knee, but just do your best. And inhale, exhale, relax down, and come sitting into easy pose. And begin to chant this mantra, Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. And inhale, exhale, and please come lying down for a deep relaxation. And as you are allowing your nervous system to integrate these postures and for your liver to heal itself, I invite you to allow your whole being to be supported by the earth in all ways. If you have any low back issues, you can put a bolster underneath your knees, or if you have any neck issues, have your head supported. Otherwise, stay flat. Allow any residual tension in your ligaments, which is ruled by the liver, to relax. In your legs, in your hips and low back, in arms, mid back, the base of your skull. Allow your lips to part and your jaw to be open a little bit and relaxed. And rest. Gently breathe yourself back to yourself as you inhale deeply and exhale. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles. Bring the arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Wrap your arms around your knees, bringing your knees to your chest and rock from side to side. And then cat stretch to one side. And cat stretch to the other. And then come onto the back and rub the soles of the feet together. Rub the hands together. And then holding on to the shins, rock the length of the spine up and down. Okay. In Chinese medicine, the element that comes before the wood element is the water element. That's what we just got out of. In some places it may still be water element, which is the winter time. So we have the wintertime water element. And that's also very dense. Like water is very yin, very internal. We all go into our caves. And then on the other side of the wood element is the fire element. And that's when everything is very yang and we're out and about doing our summer thing. And the fire element could be associated with more of like the heaven ether energy. And the water element is more of like the, it's technically more of like the earth energy. It's not technically earth, but it's more yin, like the densest type of energy. And then we have wood in between. So you can even see in this Chinese medicine cycle, if you want to Google it, 5 element TCM, that wood is right in the middle, and that's there to hold the polarities of that yin and yang, those polarities of the high and the low. And so that's why it's really important, especially the more pressure we're feeling as we're moving forward in the world and things are continuing to be chaotic, that we take a step back and we look at our perspective. We see a bigger picture. So I encourage you to do this whenever you're in a hard situation. Instead of acting right away or reacting, which most of us do out of anger and fear, just take a step back, like a hawk. But a hawk is like flying above and sees everything. So we're going to apply this in a similar way to this mantra that's Dharti Hai, Akash Hai, Guru Ram Das Hai. So when you're chanting Dharti Hai, you're going to imagine this dense earth energy, that yin internal dark energy, which isn't bad, you need it. So you're going to imagine like this gray earthy tone from the navel expanding on both sides down from the whole earth. So it's Dharti Hai. And then when you chant Akash Hai, you're going to imagine this blue energy, this vast blue energy coming from the eyebrows up and outward, Akashe, into the ethers. So we got that water element, fire element, and then we have the wood element in the middle. Guru Ramdas hai. This is just my take on it and how I've worked things together. And from a book that I've been reading from a TCM doctor, who's phenomenal. So your hands are going to be in Gyan Mudra, index finger to the thumb. And imagine this visualization as you're chanting this. Gray energy, Dharti hai, below the navel, Akash hai, blue energy, above the eyebrows and out. And Guru Ramdas hai, in the center, balancing it all. Eyes are closed, focus at the third eye. And chant along.
धरती है आकाश है गुरु रामदास है 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 धरती है Guru Ramdas hai, धरती है आकाश है, गुरु रामदास है, 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 धरती है आकाश है गुरु रामदास है 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 धरती है आकाश है गुरु रामदास है.
And inhale, suspend the breath, and imagine Dharti Hai, to visualize a gray ether tone from the navel down, Akash Hai, from the eyebrows up, a vast blue sky light, and Guru Ramdas Hai, visualize a bright white light expanding in all directions in the heart center. And exhale. And last time, inhale. Visualize Dharti Hai, Akash Hai, and Guru Ramdas Hai. And exhale. And keep the eyes closed down. Just take a moment to witness perhaps a different perspective of where your thoughts are right now, where your energy is, your sensations in your body, your breath. Please bring the palms together as we close with 3 long satnams. And inhale. Satnam. Satnam.